What's up, fellow yogis and meditators? It's your boy Ian, and I'm here today to launch the full Lotus Mastery course, where by the end, I'm going to transform your meditation and your pranayama practice by helping you guys achieve not just the full lotus posture, but being able to hold the full lotus posture safely for 60 minutes. Because being able to meditate or do pranayama in a full lotus posture for an hour can create deep mystical states, deep transformations. And also in the course, this is the other big thing, I'm going to teach you how to enter the lotus posture with ease without using your hands. So as an experiment, cross your right arm over, or your left arm over your right arm. Boom. That felt pretty easy. Was that hard for anybody? Being able to doing a lotus posture should be just as easy. It should feel just as easy when you're holding that same position with your lotus. But the lotus position is an ego position. It's one of the many but few ego positions in yoga because it is so popular. So many people see this and were probably able to do it when they were kids and they were more flexible. So I know a lot of people, and I'll show them or talk about lotus, and I used to be able to do that, and they're like doing stuff like this, and then they're trying to crank a leg. This course and the lotus position puts a lot of, not this course, but the lotus position puts a lot of pressure on the knees. And we are going to take this course very slowly and open up all different parts of the hips and the quads and the lower back and the calves to make sure that we can enter the lotus posture in a safe way. And also, I'm going to be taking you guys through the progressions of all the meditation postures you need to master before you can even try a lotus position. So the reason why the lotus position is probably the biggest ego posture is because, one, it is very popular. It's like the splits or a handstand. People love to do it. It looks cool. You kind of look enlightened or whatever. But second is that the lotus position makes it much easier to obtain and hold mystical states and have good posture while meditating or doing pranayama. More so than, just easy sitting or whatever other position. When you are in a full lotus, there is a certain energy lock, a certain bandha that happens that can help energy move up through from the first chakra all the way up until the crown chakra. It also creates a certain posture and a certain position that helps meditation immensely. And I thought that this was all BS for a long time because I've had a daily meditation and pranayama practice for over a decade now, and probably about 3 years into that, and I had heard about why and I've always been able to do lotus, at least until I started doing it. Since the start of my practice, because I worked on it and did a bunch of yoga to make sure I could hold it comfortably for long amounts of time. I got injured in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I got a meniscus. I had partially torn meniscus in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I couldn't do full lotus for a couple months, let's say like 3 months. My meditation practice and my pranayama practice got a lot worse. It was much harder. And my meditation, by what I mean is, of course, mindfulness meditation, but chakra meditation, visualizing the chakras with through many different techniques. I wasn't able to, I probably had about 70% of my visualization skills in a siddhasana position or a easy sitting position. Same with pranayama. My breath retentions and my breathing was about 70% of the length that I wanted it to be. It felt harder. I couldn't do it. I got taken back about 30%. So by saying that though, so I'm saying this and the yogis of the past have said this, that puts the lotus position in a hierarchy, right? That if you're able to do it, you can do more. Well, that may be true. But if you can't do it, that just means that you may just need to do a little bit more work. Because I have a friend who anatomically cannot do the lotus position, but he is a contortionist. He can put both feet behind his head, do any form of backward bend or forward fold imaginable. He's like basically a professional contortionist and teaches it. He can't do lotus position. He can get to like right here just because of the way his body is built. So he maintains a daily meditation and pranayama practice, just an easy sitting position, and has gotten very far from that from what I can tell by talking to him. He didn't need it. He doesn't, the full lotus posture, something like a handstand, right? A handstand is an inversion that strengthens, the upper body, and it creates the spiritual effect that inversions do by bringing energy back into the higher chakras. But you can also just put your legs up the wall and get the same effect. You don't need to do a headstand or a shoulder stand. You can put your legs up the wall and get the same exact effect of a inversion, a classic inversion, but it's just going to take longer. So you're just going to have to do a little bit more. Same thing with meditation. Same thing with, forward folds. I mean, you could do like a forward fold like this by turning the body in, and you can do that. It's not going to be as effective, but you're getting almost all the same benefits as if you're pulling yourself forward in a Padmasana position. And full lotus is also called Padmasana. So in this course, we're going to be doing a lot of yoga. We're going to be talking about yoga and doing a little bit of yoga, but there's going to be a lot of mobility work, a lot of more mobility work, trigger point therapy, isometric training, flow movements, and of course yoga. We're going to be discussing and doing all of them because it's 2022. We have access to so much more information than the classic yogis did. So if you guys are interested